really nice to be here face to face with you all. So, we're going to start off in a seated position. So you can sit with your legs crossed if that's comfortable for you, or if it's not, you can sit with your legs out straight in front. And just make sure that your spine's nice and long, you're not slouching, collapsing your chest. Just going to relax the shoulders. We're just going to start with a short seated meditation. So you're going to bring your hands just to rest on your knees. You're going to join the tip of your index finger together with the tip of your thumb, just relaxing the shoulders. You can either just gaze down at the ground, not looking at anything in particular, or you might want to close your eyes. And we'll start just by taking some nice deep breaths. Inhaling through the nose. And for the first few breaths, just sigh your breath out through your mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And we'll just do that one more time. Breathing in and then exhale. And just keeping the mouth closed, just allowing the breath to flow through the nose. Not breathing in a special way, not trying to do anything clever or different with your breath, just observing. Just starting to feel really present in this moment. Feeling the warmth of the sun on your skin, gentle breeze in your hair, sounds of the sea. Letting anything outside of this moment just fade into the background. Start by warming up the neck. So just lifting your chin, we're going to look up towards the sky. And then slowly lower your chin down to your chest. And again, taking the head up, we don't want to crunch the neck, you don't want to take your head back too far. And then slowly down. Once more. Just do that a couple more times. Central position, and we're just going to turn the head to the right, looking over your right shoulder, back to centre, turning to the left, back to centre, again to the right, centre, and back to the left, and to the middle. And just dropping your right ear down towards your shoulder. And if you want more of a stretch, you can take your right hand and just place it so your fingers are touching your left ear. Don't pull on your head, just let your arm be heavy. And if you want to take that further again, you could take your left hand down to the ground, maybe just walk your fingers away through the pebbles and feel that stretch through your arm. And then release your right hand back to your knee, bring your left hand in, and you're going to roll your chin now down to your chest and bring your head up the midline of your body. And then just dropping your left ear down to your left shoulder. Let's go ahead and take your left hand, just drape it there. Again, not pulling, just allowing that arm to be heavy. If you want to, you can take your right hand down, just walk your fingers away through the pebbles. Enjoying that stretch right down into your shoulder, right up underneath your jaw. Lovely. And then release that left hand down. Right hand comes back to the right knee, and again just rolling your chin down towards your chest. Let's just roll the head from side to side a couple of times. Let your head feel quite heavy as you do this, so you get a nice little stretch through the back of the neck. Notice any creaking, crunching. We'll come back to centre. You're going to lift your head up and then bring your shoulders right up by your ears. Really shrug the shoulders high. And you're going to roll across the back of your neck from shoulder to shoulder. And we'll come back to centre. Raise your head up and then just let the shoulders drop down, give them a little shake. Hi! Gonna take a deep breath in, make your hands into a fist, squeeze your forearms, your elbows, your shoulders, your face, and then big sigh as you let all that tension go. And again, deep breath in, squeeze and hold, and exhale, let it go. Good. One last time. Inhale, squeeze, and exhale. Shake out your shoulders, and we're going to change the cross of the legs. So bring the other leg in front. Again, make sure you're sitting nice and tall, you're not slouching. And we're going to do like a little cat-to-cow movement in a seated position. So you've got your hands on your knees, and as you exhale, just going to round your back, drop your chin down to your chest. And as you inhale, lift your heart and look up at the sky. Lovely deep breaths. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, lifting your heart, just filling with that beautiful clean sea air. Exhaling, rounding. Inhale, lifting. Let's add in some arms. Exhale, rounding. This time as you inhale, open your arms, lift your chest, look up. And as you exhale, wrap your right arm over your left arm. Give yourself a hug. Inhale, open, look up. As you exhale, bring your left arm on top. Inhale again. It's like you're kind of celebrating your lungs. Inhale. Exhale. Rounding your back. One last time. Inhale. Exhale, the left arm on top. And then we're going to take the arms out again. This time stay in that upright position. Wrap your right arm over your left. Give yourself a hug. Shoulders down away from your ears, and you're just going to bring your hands to face towards you. And that could well be enough. If you know this pose and you want to go further, you could bind the hands together. But if that's too much, maybe the backs of the hands together, or just stay here. So whatever works for you. And we're just going to think about lifting the fingertips up towards the sky. And as your fingers lift up, keep your shoulders down, so we don't want to scrunch the neck. Good. Nice deep breaths here. Might be nice just to turn your head to the right, into the middle, to the left, and to the middle, and then release your arms down and just give your shoulders a nice little circle back. Take the arms out to the side again. Inhale. Exhale, left arm on top this time. Wrap your arms around, give yourself a little hug, shoulders down, and then you can bring your hands to face towards you. And again, you can just stay there, or maybe backs of the hands together, or you can try that double bind, join the palms of the hands, lifting your fingertips, still dropping your shoulders down. It's like you've got a really heavy rucksack on your shoulders. Nice deep breaths. And again, you might enjoy just turning your head to one side, back to centre, across to the other side, back to centre, and then releasing your arms down, and give your shoulders another little circle round. Good. Okay, we're just going to take the fingertips behind the back, come onto your fingers, have your hands about shoulder width apart, and just roll the shoulders back and lift your chest. Try not to flare out your ribs too much, so lower ribs tucking in, just trying to open across underneath your collarbones. Good. Couple of breaths there. Lovely. And then release. Give your shoulders a little shake. So we're going to come onto our hands and knees. Two ways you can do this. You can just unfold your legs and bring your legs around behind you, or you can roll over your feet and just bring yourself onto your hands and knees. Just have a little wriggle around, make sure you've not got any sharp pebbles underneath your knees. And positioning yourself now, so you've got your hands shoulder width apart, your knees hips width apart, and then we're just going to sink back, curling the tailbone under as you sit back onto your heels, and let your head drop down between your arms. Take a couple of breaths there, let your forehead rest on the ground. Breathing into your upper back. And when you next inhale, let the breath hand because your wrists have a tendency to drop down a bit lower. So think about pressing through your fingertips into the ground. We're going to do a little bit of work in our cat movement here. So rounding the back as you exhale, curl your tailbone under, draw your navel to your spine and let your head drop down between your arms. As you inhale, draw your heart forward, shoulders pull back and the sitting bones gently lift. Exhaling, rounding, feel the strength in your core as you work here. Inhale, heart moving forward, shoulders drawing back and the sit bones lift. Good. Couple more times with your breath. Just flowing with the sound of your breathing, echoing the sound of the waves in the distance. Lovely. And then let's sit back onto the heels, just lengthening out. If you can, rest your forehead on the ground. If not, maybe fold your arms, make a little pillow for yourself. And if you can, take your forehead to the ground and bring your hands back by the side of your feet. And maybe just circle your wrists a little bit there. And then let's come up into a kneeling position. So if kneeling doesn't suit you, sitting on your feet like this, you could try being up here or you could even stand up, whatever works for you. We're just going to take some nice shoulder circles again, just opening into the chest. Good. And then we're going to bring the arms in front, interlace the fingers together, press the hands forwards, and try and bring your inner elbows towards each other. Make sure the shoulders don't jump up into your neck, so keep the shoulders down. And then we're going to inhale and bring the arms up. So this is another classic place where many people will flare out the lower ribs, so make sure that you're not doing that. You're drawing the lower ribs in, tailbone is moving down, and you feel really strong in your core. It's like you're trying to grip your sitting bones together and bring your heels in with your butt cheeks. And then slowly exhale and release your arms down. Let's take the hands behind the back now. Same thing, interlace your fingers. This time you're trying to make like a double fist with your hands. Press the little finger sides of your hands together and roll your shoulders back, reaching down. So you're opening underneath your collarbones here. Again, try not to just collapse the ribs forward. Keep those lower ribs tucked in. And then we're going to exhale, we're going to come forward, dropping the forehead down to the ground and lifting the hands up high. And from there, release your thumbs to touch your tailbone and let the arms drop down to the ground. Let's extend the arms forwards, preparing for our downward facing dog. So just lift your gaze for a moment, look towards your hands. Your middle finger is facing forward. You're going to inhale as you rise up onto your hands and knees, and then tuck your toes under. Lift the knees off the mat, and keeping that deep bend in your knees, send your sitting bones up nice and high. You're going to inhale again to hands and knees, and we're going to exhale and sit back onto the heels. You can either keep the toes tucked under for a stretch in your feet, or you can point the toes back here. So inhaling hands and knees, exhale, pressing back, downward dog. Keep that little bend in your knees to keep the length in your spine. Well done. Inhale to hands and knees, and as you exhale, sit back onto your heels. Let's just do that a couple more times in your own time, with your own breath. Stay on our hands and knees, and we're going to work in a little twist here. So keeping nice and strong in your core, don't let your back collapse. You're going to just take your right hand and you're going to reach your right hand through this gap between your, let me go opposite to you. You take your right hand between your left knee and your left wrist and just drop down onto your shoulder. You can look up at the sky. There's no weight through your head. Your head is on the ground, but it's more a point of balance than weight bearing. You want to really push back through your left sitting bone. Nice feeling of length through the left side of your waist. Let's release that, come back onto hands and knees. And then same thing to the other side. So reach the left arm through, dropping down onto your shoulder, pressing that right hand down into the mat and pressing your right sitting bone back. And then release back onto all fours. Now you can either repeat what we've just done, or we can take that on a stage further. So we do a similar twist but in downward facing dog. I'm going to show you this first. So we come into our downward facing dog and then reaching through with one hand, you can either take hold around your knee, or some of you might want to slide your hand down and grab hold around the back of your ankle. If that's not going to work for you, then you're going to just come back to here. Okay, so either staying on your hands and knees, or you can press back into your downward facing dog. Nice length through your spine, your sitting bones are lifting. You're going to take that right hand and just reach back. See if you can hold around the outside of your left knee. And you're looking up under your left armpit. As you do that, try and spin your bicep out away from your ear. And then changing sides. So drop the right hand down, reach back. The left hand is holding around the knee. Don't let that right shoulder collapse into your neck. Try and spin it out. Looking up under your armpit. Well done. And release back. And we'll sit back onto the heels. All the way back into our child's pose. And just bring your elbows to the mat. And again, give your hands a little circle round. You might want to open and close your fists. Lovely. And then we're going to come back into downward facing dog, and we're going to use it to transition into some lunging poses. If you've dug a hole with your hands, just kind of rearrange the sand under your mat, so you're not in a deep hollow. Okay, so pressing down through your fingertips. We're going to inhale to hands and knees. We're going to tuck the toes under, exhale back, downward facing dog. And then on a breath in, take your right leg high into the air, look to your hands and step your right foot forward. Ideally your foot lands in between your hands. If it doesn't, your back knee comes down. You're just going to grab hold of your foot and move it forward manually. Good. So first of all in our lunge, we want to come forward to come up. So drawing your heart forward, lifting yourself up, and just making sure that this front knee is over your ankle. Good. Tailbone dropping down, the front of your pelvis lifting up. You can just check that with your hands to feel like you're kind of winding the pelvis up this way. And then we're going to take the hands behind the back again. We're going to interlace the fingers there. Reach your hands down so you've got that lovely opening through the chest. Lovely. Depends how strong you're feeling. You might want to stay here. You might wish to straighten that back leg and lift your knee off the mat. If that's too much, don't go there. It's quite a balance as well. Lovely. Keep on lifting up through the front of your pelvis. Brilliant. And then slowly lower back down. Let's release the hands. Lift the back knee. Step all the way back into downward facing dog. And we'll do that on the other side. So inhale, the left leg lifts high. Look to the hands, exhale the left foot forward. Bring your back knee down. If you need to, you're going to readjust that left foot to bring it all the way between the hands, and then lifting yourself up. Good. Let's just start by opening the shoulders again. Good. And then checking out the position of your pelvis. Do you have a tendency, as I do, to tip your pelvis forward and stick your bum out? If so, you want to make sure you're dropping your tailbone down, lifting the front of your pelvis up. You're really going to feel a strong stretch through the front of your hip. Yeah. And then let's take the hands behind the back. Reach your hands down beyond your tailbone. Lovely. Keep breathing, keep smiling. And if you wish to, you can lift that back knee off the mat, or you can keep it down. Whatever works best in your body this evening. Could feel totally different one side to the other. Well done. Let's take a deep breath in wherever you are, and then we're going to exhale as you bring the hands down. We're going to step all the way back into downward facing dog. Just walk out your legs a little bit here, and then we're going to take the right leg high again. Inhale, look to the hands, exhale, your foot comes forward and that back left knee drops down. Okay, so we're going to go for a little swim now. Keep this left hand pressing down into the floor. Bring your right arm forward. Inhale, reach up, it's like you're swimming backstroke. Exhale, circle your arm back and down. You want to watch that hand as you circle your arm down. And next time your arm comes to the vertical, you're going to stay there. If your neck doesn't like looking up or you've got the sun in your eyes, you could look down at the ground. And again, you have the option to keep your back knee on the mat or to push through the back heel and lift that back knee off if you wish. Well done. Couple more breaths. And then slowly circle your hand back and down to the mat, and we'll step all the way back into downward facing dog. Going to do the same thing on the left side. So inhale, left leg comes up high, look to the hands, exhale as you step your left foot through. Back knee comes down. We can always adjust that foot a little bit further forward if you need to do that. The right hand stays down on the ground, the left arm reaches forward. Inhale, looking up, exhale, circling back and down. Good. Just follow your breath. Lovely big circles. Again, that idea of filling your lungs as you open up the chest. And the next time your arm is reaching up, you're going to stay in that position, either gazing up at your top hand, or you can always look down at the mat. And if you wish, you can lift that back knee off the floor, really strong through the back leg, pressing back through your heel. Beautiful, well done. And then we'll circle that top hand all the way down and step back one last time into downward facing dog. From here, we're just going to walk in little steps, walking your feet towards your hands towards your feet. Really bend your knees here so your belly rests on your thighs to protect your lower back. Let the weight of your head hang down. And just take a deep breath in. As you breathe in, shrug your shoulders. And then as you breathe out, just let everything go. Again, deep breath in, shrug the shoulders, and then big sigh as you let your shoulders go. Do that one more time. Deep breath in. And then exhale. And we're going to roll slowly, all the way up to standing. Once you're up, give your shoulders a little shake out. And make sure now that you're standing at the front of your mat. It's got a nice space. I've got a little mound in the middle of my mat now. Just kind of stamp it out and flatten out your space. Okay, so we're going to take some half sun salutations from this standing position. Have your feet parallel. Standing nice and tall, and as much as you can on this surface, try to distribute your weight evenly through the four corners of your feet. Good, and then we'll bring the hands together, the heart center, and on a breath in, we're going to reach the arms up, lift your chin, look up at the sky. Exhale, bending your knees, bring your belly to your thighs, your ribs to your thighs, catch hold around your ankles. Straight legs or bent knees, we're going to draw the heart forward, nice flat back. And then exhaling, we're going to fold in half like a hairpin. Bend the knees, open the arms to the side, inhale up, it's like you're embracing the sky. And then as you exhale, sweeping the hands back down to the center of your chest. Good, and again, inhale, reaching up, looking up. Exhaling, bend the knees, folding forward, fingertips touch the earth. Draw the heart forwards on the breath in, nice flat back, and fold in half as you breathe out. Knees bend, open the arms to the side, and really try and squeeze your shoulder blades together as you come up. And then exhale, bringing the hands back down. Let's do that one last time. Breathing in, breathing out as you fold forward. Again, the heart draws forwards on the inhalation, and as you exhale, fold. Soften the knees, open the arms, inhale, come all the way up high, looking up to your thumbs, and exhale, and bring your hands back down. And for a moment, close your eyes. Feel the ground beneath your feet. Hear the sound of the sea. Feel the gentle breeze on your skin. Feeling fully present in your body in this moment. When you're ready, open your eyes and just release your hands down. So we're going to separate the feet now so that your feet are the width of your hips distance apart and your feet are parallel. So you can measure that by bringing your heel against your big toe and then just lifting this heel and spinning it back. So the length of your foot equates to the width of your hips. Okay, so keeping your right foot where it is, you're going to step your left foot back. Not too far because we don't want the hips to turn. You want to keep the hips square. Okay, so you want to stand as though you're on train tracks, not as though you're on a tightrope. If you've got one foot behind the other, you're going to be really wobbly. Okay, so we want to keep the feet hips width apart as we step back. And you just want to check that when you bend this front knee, your knee follows your middle toe. It doesn't collapse inwards like this. It's going to put pressure on the knee, and we don't want it to fall out eitherwards. Good. Okay, so relax your arms. Hands hanging down by your side, and this front knee is soft. And what we're going to do here is we're going to inhale, the arms reach up and the front knee bends. So coming into Virabhadrasana, Warrior One. And then exhale, lower the arms and straighten your leg. And again, breathing in and breathing out. Make sure you keep powering that back heel down into the sand. Inhaling up and then exhaling down. This time we're going to hold it there. So breathing in, the arms reach up, pausing there, draw your thumbs back, reach your fingertips up nice and high. And again, can you lift up through the front of your pelvis so you can really connect into the front of this left hip. Beautiful. And from here we're going to take this into a forward fold. So keeping that front knee bent, just reach forward with your arms, nice flat back, extending forward, and then bringing your fingertips down either side of your front foot. Now you can keep this front knee as bent as you need to. If you're very flexible, you might want to work with a straight leg, that's fine. And I want you to imagine that you've got a zip up the outside of your right leg, and you're just going to unzip with your fingers. Run your hand all the way up the outside seam of that right leg until your hand rests on your hip. Roll your right shoulder back, drop your left shoulder down, and if you feel steady you can look up at the sky, or if you need more help with your balance you can look down at the ground. And finally, if you wish, taking that top arm up. Maybe you gaze up at your hand, maybe you're still looking down at the ground. Beautiful, well done. Nice deep breaths. Rolling your left ribs under, rolling your right ribs back. And let's bring that top hand down to the mat. Maybe working into just straightening that front leg a little bit, pressing back through your sitting bone. And then let's bend into the right knee. We're going to inhale, bring the arms back up into that warrior pose, reaching up overhead. And as you exhale, you're going to bring your hands down, and as you bring your hands down, step your back foot forward. You should have your feet square, but you might not, so just take a moment to reposition the feet if you need to. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So left foot stays where it is, right foot steps back. Just take a moment to set yourself up. So again, we want to be standing as though we're on tram tracks. The hips are square to the front edge of your mat. We're not twisting to the side. And just checking that that left knee as you straighten your leg. Breathing in. Well done. And breathing out. Inhale. And exhale. This time let's hold it there. Breathing in. The arms reach up. Fingertips reaching for the sky. Thumbs drawing back. Just check out what's going on in your pelvis here. Are you sticking your bum out? Can you drop your tailbone down? Can you lift up through the front of the pelvis so you connect into the front of that right hip? Beautiful. Well done. And then we're going to reach forward. Folding, folding. Front knee stays bent as you extend forward and bring your hands down either side of that left foot. Gaze to your big toe for now. Maybe you want to straighten your leg. Maybe you're quite happy here with your knee bent. And then we'll use the left hand to unzip up the outside of that left leg. So the right hand stays where it is, pressing into the mat. You're just going to slide your fingers all the way up to your left hip. Left shoulder rolls back. The right ribs are rolling under. And maybe you're still looking down, or maybe you want to look up. Maybe take that hand towards the sky. Good. Slow your breathing down. And on an exhalation, turning your head to look down at the ground, release your hand back down. We'll bend into that front knee and inhale to sweep the arms back up into your warrior one position. As you exhale, the arms come down and you step forward and just give your legs and your shoulders a little shake out. Okay, let's bring the feet closer together now. I'm going to try a little balance. So again, just take a moment to kind of bed your feet into the floor. Make sure you've not got any sharp stones under your feet. And you're going to stand on your right leg. Okay, so really firming up the muscles in your, your left leg. It's my right leg. Doing everything mirror fashion. Okay.
So what leg are we? Left.
You're standing on your left leg.
We are.
I'm standing on my right leg. Okay, so come on to the toes of your right foot. Good. And as you lift the weight out of that foot, just notice what's happening in your left foot. In fact, just to emphasize that, close your eyes for a moment. Your right toes are still on the floor, but just notice all the little twitchy movements in your left foot, in your left ankle. Try and firm up the muscles in your left leg. Good. And then open your eyes, but just let your eyes gaze down in front of you. Find a little pebble or a shell, something to focus your eyes on. I want you to imagine now that you've got little wires that are attached to your knee. And as you inhale, you're going to lift your arms and magically your knee floats up. Good. And as you exhale and you lower your arms, you just let your toes touch the floor, but don't take weight into that leg. Good. Inhaling up. Strong in your centre, navel to spine, well done. Exhaling down. Beautiful. Let's do that one more time. Inhaling up. Well done. And exhaling down. Pop your foot back down. Give yourself a moment. Give yourself a little shake out. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So come onto the toes of your left foot. We firm up that right leg. Engaging through your core, nice neutral pelvis. And we're going to inhale and the left knee floats up. Well done. Exhale, slowly lower down. Just feel all those little twitchy movements in the muscles in your foot, in your ankle on that standing leg. Inhaling up. Lovely. And exhaling down. Well done. I think we did one more on the other side, didn't we? Lost count. Exhale, good. And release. Give yourself a little shake. Okay, so we're going to come into that again, but this time we're going to hold it, and if you want to advance this on a little bit further, we can add a bit of a twist to it as well. So coming onto the toes of your right foot again. float your right knee up. Arms can stay down by your sides here. Just make sure you're not leaning backwards. So strong in your core, lower ribs drawing in. And we're going to hold around that knee this time. And you could, if you wish to, stay facing forward. You could, if you wish to, just practice your balance down here. Okay, so find what works for you. If you want to go further, we can take the right hand to the lower back. And as you lengthen with your breath in, you feel the spine reaching up. And as you breathe out, just start to turn your belly towards the inside of your thigh. Good. Lengthen as you inhale. It's not a competition with yourself or anybody else. Just go slowly. The last thing to happen is that your chest turns, then maybe your head turns to look over your shoulder behind you. And if it helps, you could reach your arm back as well. Well good. Just release back to the front. Pop your foot back down. Give your legs a little shake. Good. Well done. It's not easy. Try that on the other side. So it's like you're tipping the weight into the other leg, just firming up that right leg, strong in your centre. Just bring the left knee in. Good. If it's okay, you can hold around your knee. If it's just not working on this side, just practice floating your toes up and down off the floor. Good. And then we can start with that rotation. So firstly, bring your hand to your lower back, lengthen up as you breathe in. As you breathe out, turning your belly towards your inner thigh. Lengthen on the inhale. As you exhale, that twist makes its way upwards, up through the spine. Lastly, turn the shoulders and then maybe the head. And if it helps, you can take your arm out behind you as well. Well done. So just looking to find the level that works for you, wherever that is. Okay, let's come back to the front. Release your leg down. Again, give your legs a little shake out. And we're going to bring the feet nice and close together now. Hands down by your side. We're going to work a little bit in Utkatasana. So if you've got issues with your knees, just don't come down quite so low with this. Utkatasana is chair pose. Those of you, I forget the English names for postures. And there aren't any Welsh ones. We need to make some. Okay, so hands down by your sides. We're going to inhale, arms reach up. And then we're going to exhale, bend the knees, bring the fingertips down to the mat. Keep your navel to your spine and inhale, reach your arms up. It's like you're sitting back into a chair. Your neck is long. And we're going to exhale and stand up tall. And the hands come down. So when you're doing this, just make sure that your knees don't knock out to the side like this, nor do they collapse in. They stay tracking over the middle toes. And if it's an issue for your knees, again, just a little bend in the knee rather than coming all the way down. Other thing to watch here is that you don't stick your bum out. So really strong in your core, tailbone is down. Let's do this a few more times. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend the knees, sinking down. Fingertips touch the ground, maybe. Inhale, the arms reach up by the ears. And exhale, standing tall. And again, inhale. Exhale, sinking down, navel to spine, tailbone dropping down. Inhaling up. Exhale, standing tall. Last time, inhale. Exhale, fingertips reach for the floor. Inhale, the arms up. And exhale, standing tall. This time we're going to hold it, breathing in. Breathing out, knees bend, fingers reach for the earth. Inhale, the arms reach up. And this time, exhale, bring your hands behind you. Interlace your fingers. Reach your hands down beyond your tailbone and really draw your belly in. Good. Well done. Keep smiling. You're going to bring your belly to your thighs. You're going to fold forwards, belly to thighs, ribs to thighs. Lift your arms up into the air. Let your head hang down. And you can work to straighten your legs a little bit if that feels okay. Well done. Now bring your hands down to your tailbone. Let your arms come down, hands to the floor. You're going to step back with your right foot hips up slightly just means that you're sitting towards the front of your sitting bones, you're not collapsing back onto your tailbone. Lovely. If you need to, you can bend your knees here. So if you've got issues with your lower back, if you've got tight hamstrings, just have a little bit of a bend in the knee. You could even pile the sand up or put a blanket underneath the backs of your knees. And we're going to inhale, we're going to reach the arms up overhead. And as you exhale, like a breaking wave, just reaching forward over your legs. Drag the hands back along the mat as you inhale, the arms reach up. And again, like a breaking wave, belly to thighs, chest to thighs, reaching forward. Drag the hands back along the floor, inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, extending forward. Last time like this, inhale. Again, you're embracing the sky, the energy around you. Exhale, extending forward. Drag your hands back. This time we're going to stay down, so inhaling, the arms reach up, lengthen. Exhale, folding forwards. Let your shoulders soften. Let your head hang down and just breathe. Slow, deep, even breaths. Forward bends have a really calming, quietening effect on the mind, on the central nervous system also. So just really connect with that feeling of slowing down inside of yourself. We're going to exhale fully and then slowly inhale and bring yourself back up. Bend your right knee and bring the sole of your right foot against the inside of your thigh. Just extending the left leg away. If you want more of a stretch, you can push out through your heel, you can draw back through your toes. Again, if you're protecting your back or your hamstrings, you might want to keep that slight bend. And we're going to reach the right arm up. Inhale, reach for the clouds. And then exhale, extend forward. Maybe your hand comes to the outside of your knee, maybe it comes to the outside of your foot. And then we'll bring the left hand forward as well. Soften your shoulders. So if we overreach, the shoulders jump up into the neck. Let your shoulders release down. Slow your breathing down. Breath is steady, body is relaxed, and the mind is calm. Lovely. Exhale here. We're going to inhale and come up, moving into a little twist here. Turn to face towards this bent knee and bring your left hand to the outside of your knee and your right hand behind your back. Deep breath in, lift up through the crown of your head. As you breathe out, just gazing back over your shoulder behind you. Keep that feeling of length in your spine. Good. And then just turn back to face towards me for a moment, just so you can see. If you want to, from here, you can plant that back right hand down into the ground, and we can roll up onto this right knee and extend the left arm over. If that's a bit strong, you can just stay here. Lovely. Pressing your hips forward. Make sure you're not arching your back too much here, so stay with that feeling of strength in your core. Lovely, well done. And then release back down. I'm going to turn to face towards the front of the mat. Release your right leg and bend your left leg in. So again, sitting nice and tall. If you want to, you can have a bend in this knee. And we're going to take the right hand behind the back. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Lengthen all the way through the side of your waist. And then exhale, reach maybe for the outside of your knee, maybe for the outside of your foot. Just go as far as it feels good for you. Good. Then we can bring the right hand forward. Slow, deep breaths. Okay. Just feeling calm in that pose. Allowing yourself to really slow down inside. slowly. You want to have your feet hips width apart. You might want to even out the ground behind you. If you've made a little hole, just make sure you've got a flat space to come back onto. And you're going to roll down slowly onto your back. So knees bent, you want to have your knees above your ankles, feet nicely aligned. So if you look down the side of your body, you should be able to see that the little toe side of your foot is parallel to the long edge of your mat. So I'm going to sit up so that I can see you all.
How close are our heels to our bum?
So your heels are underneath your knees. Yeah, if they're too close, it pinches in your knee. Lovely. So while you're there, to start off with, just going to practice curling your tailbone under. So as you exhale, kind of scoop your tailbone under so you feel your lower back is imprinting into the sand. And then as you inhale, just release that. Maybe your pelvis tips forwards a little bit. Maybe you can feel a sense of a kind of hollow underneath your lower back. And again, exhale, curling your tailbone under. Lovely. And then inhaling and just tipping the pelvis away. One more time. Exhale, curling under. And inhale as you tip the pelvis away. Now this time you're going to exhale, curl your tailbone under, press your lower back down into the floor, press your feet down into the floor, and just lift your tailbone. Lift the back of your sacrum and start to peel your spine away from the floor, from the bottom, working slowly upwards. You don't need to come up very high. And then as you exhale, you're going to roll back down. It's all about control. It doesn't matter how high you come up. Just see if you can get that feeling of peeling the vertebrae away from the floor in sequence, like little beads coming up. Just going to work with that in your own time, with your own breath. Just really tuning into the quality of the movement. Don't worry at all about how high you're coming up. Flowing up and down with your breath. And sometimes you'll find that it feels as though the vertebrae have just been stuck together and they move in a big lump. And when you find those areas, you want to just really slow it down. Work really mindfully. See if you can release those stuck places in your spine, which takes an awful lot of control in the abdominal muscles. So really drawing your belly in to find that movement. Well done. The other thing you want to watch here is just making sure that the knees don't drop out to the side. So it's almost like you're holding a football between your knees. Beautiful. And the next time you're up, you might want to stay up, take a few deep breaths. Maybe feel a bit of an expansion in your lungs, feel your heart expanding towards your chin. Well done. And then from the top of your spine, rolling down. And this time when you come down, you're going to bring your knees into your chest. And just hold your knees in and have a little rock from side to side. You feel like you're massaging your back into the floor. And then keeping your knees in towards your chest, bring your arms out at shoulder height with your palms facing upwards. Squeeze your knees together like you're holding a piece of paper in between your knees. If you know you've got issues with your lower back and you want to make this a little bit more gentle, you could work with your feet on the floor. Otherwise, we're going to take a breath in, and as you exhale, you're going to drop both knees over to your right elbow, and your head turns to look to the left. Keep squeezing those knees together if you can. Good. Just breathe naturally as you hold here. And then you're going to take a breath in, and as you exhale, pull your belly back towards your spine to bring you back to center. So you're using the strength in your core. And we'll go to the other side. So inhaling, exhaling, the knees drop towards the left elbow, the head turns to the right. Try to keep squeezing the knees together, sliding your top knee forward a little bit so the knees line up. Good. Well done. Breathing naturally as you hold. Taking a breath in, and as you exhale, rolling back to center, use the strength of your abdominal muscles to bring you back to center. Give your knees a last little hug.
Yeah.
And then you're going to release down onto your back into Shavasana. So if you're feeling a little bit chilly, you might want to grab an extra layer, put your jumper on, grab your blanket. Just going to lie down on your back. If your back is tight at all, you might prefer to lie with your knees bent like this. Just have your feet about the width of your mat, distance apart, and just let the knees drop in towards each other. Otherwise, the legs are out, the feet falling out to the side, and the hands away from the body. I'm not going to do that because I want to stay there. So take a moment to make yourself comfortable, cozy. Maybe closing your eyes, maybe gazing up at the sky. Just feeling the earth beneath you. There's something really special about practicing yoga outside. You really get that feeling of connecting with the earth. So as you rest here now, just surrendering the weight of your body to the earth beneath you. As you inhale, just feeling a lightness in your body. It's almost like a veil of tension is lifted away from the front of your body as you feel lighter. And as you listen to the sound of the waves, just allow yourself to surf the waves of your breath. Allowing anything outside of this very moment just to fall away. yourself to let go of anything that no longer serves you where you are on your journey right now. Could be old habits, emotions that we've held on to, or maybe just a stiffness or an old injury in your physical body. But whatever it is that you feel that you want to release, just feel it seeping down into the sand, carried away on the tide. And when you're ready, just have a little wriggle in your fingers, a little stretch in your toes. And you can take your arms all the way over behind your head and have a big stretch and a yawn and a smile, knowing that you've done something really nurturing for yourself in being here this evening. And when you're ready, just tucking into a little ball, give yourself a hug and roll slowly to your right hand side. Bringing yourself around when you're ready into a seated position. Whatever's comfortable for you. You might want to sit with your legs crossed, you might just want to have your legs out straight in front, or maybe your knees bent like this, whatever feels most comfortable. And we'll close the practice by chanting together the sound of Om 3 times. And if you don't wish to chant, you don't have to, you can just listen to the sound. So bringing your hands together, centre of your chest, and closing your eyes. Taking a deep breath in through your nose. And then just to empty your lungs, sigh that breath out through your mouth. Together breathing in. When you're ready, slowly lower your chin to your chest. Place the backs of your hands onto your knees. And in your own time, opening your eyes. Thank you so much for being here this evening. It's really, really lovely to be back with real people instead of just speaking to a camera. 3D. Yeah. So I'm going to go for a swim if anyone fancies joining me. And yeah, I'll be back whenever the weather's permits, really. So just keep an eye on my Facebook page, and I'll pop the details up on there. And in the meantime, I'm still doing the Zoom classes, which are Tuesday evening, unless I'm here, Wednesday morning. Wednesday evening is a yin yoga class, and Thursday morning at 10, and the evening classes are at 6, so 10 o'clock and 6 o'clock on those days. So if you want the details, send me a message by Facebook or email yogatastic@hotmail.com. And yeah, I hope to see you soon. Thank you so much.
Oh, amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary.
It just came out. Amazing. Thank you. There you go. Yeah. Oh, it's so nice. I just want to go and hug.
I know, it's really hard that, isn't it? I just keep doing that.
Yeah, I did that.
Hello!